Five Nights Tower Defense Update 46 has just been released, and 20 units were either buffed or nerfed and had their stats changes. Let's go through the stat changes in the newest update. First, a bunch of starters got buffed and reworked, with Dark Frostbear. Slightly extra damage, but with massive extra slow. Freddy Frostbear with extra slow to 40%. Tarnished Springbody got a slight damage increase and slight cooldown decrease, which is a buff. And he now has Wither. Tarnished Fredbear got a very slight damage increase, and he's now got anti-bleed, whatever that is, instead of slow. Purple Guy got a big damage increase, and his DPS turrets also got a damage increase with slightly less range. Night Guard Afton got a little bit of damage, a little bit of range, and he's now got 80% poison, but way less slow. Now Jackpot Freddy, this guy is real useful now for some levels. He's got massive more damage, massive more range, massive less cooldown. He also has Splash now, and his passive now gives him 50% income, and all units get an extra 25% income, which is huge for some levels. Phone Guy got double damage, and he got anti-bleed. Last you have Zeus, who got a massive buff from 0.01 stun to 2 stun. This is like 20 times longer stun, and it's now actually visible. Now the enchants got slightly changed. Boss Killer now does double the damage it did, and it also has a bigger damage boost in general. Bounded got an extra bit of damage, but extra cooldown as well. This is your discount Springlock. Lastly, Puppet's Nightmare got an extra 20% damage. Now we have the balance patch. Michael's Demise got a big rework. Basically, he got a bunch less damage, so he's probably not the biggest DPS unit in the game anymore. His true stun got heavily decreased, and his placement goes up. Coffee got a damage boost increase, so Coffee is still the best dual booster. Now we have Apexes. Gravelord Foxy got a massive buff, got half cooldown. He's cheaper to place. He has 4 placements instead of 3 now. His summon was increased from 25 to 70 times the damage, but the second passive that did 40 times is no longer there. So you've just got the one passive that does 70 times, the one summon that does 70 times. He lost a little bit of damage, but that doesn't matter because his damage is in these summons. This makes him way better than he used to be. We've now got 4 of them that can do 70 times damage on the summons. Next we have Speed Dial. Speed Dial got a massive buff as well. So extra damage, extra range, and he now summons nearly 2 times faster. Okay, now since Speed Dial and Gravelord have had big changes, here is the map. You may not agree with me, but I'm doing a maths major at university, so too bad. This is Gravelord Foxy's damage now. You can see his summons doing 70 times 5,000 every 10 seconds. So you only use a tenth of that when you're using damage per second. And then his DPS, which is just 5,000 times 1. And he has 4 placements. So he is currently 160,000 DPS, which is much better which is better than what he was, because this second passive was kind of random. So sometimes it would be higher, sometimes it would be lower. It was really inconsistent, like this says. But now he's straight 160k damage. Again, this is without enchants, stat shit boosts, or damage boosters. Now, next we have Speed Dial. He's got a whole bunch of stuff changed as well. So this one at the top is his old damage, which is 126,000. Again, this is ignoring his passive as well, the Space Rider passive, which is now an extra 15% damage. It is ignoring that, but he is now 152,000 damage. So he's got a buff. This is a buff for him. 30,000 damage buff. Again, this won't be your damages because this is ignoring enchants, stat chip boosts, boosters, and the Space Rider passive. Who's better between these two? Gravelord Foxy is better if you don't have a spaceman such as Astral or PBS on your team. If you do have those on your team, Speed Dial does slightly more damage. Next we have Old Man Krampus going to 60% slow, and now Krampus has Wither. Slightly decreased his damage, and it's 15 times again for his damage. So now he's kind of like a support as well with the Wither, which is really good. I like this massive range Wither unit. Dark Knight Puppet and Gilded Puppet, they got buffed again because they were nerfed, and now they're buffed again, going back and forth. Now we have the Nightmares, which I'm really excited about for people who don't just use Apex spam. We have Overclock Puppeteer going up to 420,000 damage from 63. That is huge. Of course, she's got double cooldown now, but even so, that's still 210 if you half it. So still massive. Overseer Foxy got over a double damage boost, and the speed is now 50%. The slow is now 50%. Valkyrie Prime, my beloved, damage increased is 20k from 1.8. What is this? What is this? 2.5 times the cooldown, but that's okay. We got massive damage increase. Look, 2 to 20. That's massive. Of course, only 1 placement now. but Valkyrie Prime is so much stronger now. Next we have Nordic Crusher Mangle out of nowhere. This is an ancient unit, which I guess these two are as well. 3,000 damage about to 10,000. That's triple. That's huge. Only 2 placements now instead of 3. Still, triple damage. Insane. This guy I'm going to use. I'm going to test. I love Nordic Crusher Mangle, although it's not easy to get for a lot of people. Next we have Michael Afton. His true stun time got moved from 1.2 to 1. Not a huge, massive thing. And last but not least, we have Blighted Foxy. Now, Blighted Foxy's wither was increased to 25% from 10%. Damage decrease, but the point of Blighted Foxy is a support unit that adds a whole bunch of wither onto the enemies for you. Blighted Foxy. You need a Blighted Foxy if you can't Apex spam. Blighted Foxy is so good, especially with this shiny now. Look at that, 10%, 35% if you have a shiny. Insane. That is all the stat changes for now. I have a new video on my channel right now where I go to the brand new event that's just been released, and I beat all 10 of the event levels on Nightmare Hell Mode. Hell Mode, that's right, Hell Mode, just using the new buffed Nightmares to show you guys how good they are. I beat the entire Hell Mode with these buffed Nightmares. No Apexes used. And the last one is really hard. Nordic Crusher Mangle and Valkyrie Prime really come in clutch. Go watch that video now.